manda barayipayana n'okwenyirira abantu mu mayanja balapokana ekipe ko twabutwiki.
These people are currently being hosted in a camp called Kenani in Chiengi District, Luapula Province of northern Zambia. The numbers of people being hosted at Kenani camp now stands at over 12,000 people, and this number keeps growing on a daily basis. Oxfam, together with other cooperating and implementing partners, has been responding in this camp since October, mid-October, as the crisis started escalating. So far, Oxfam has been able to provide at least 200 latrine facilities, and also we are in the process of building an additional 100 latrine and shower facilities within the camp. We are also looking at providing over 2,000 to 3,000 hygiene kits, which will be used by individuals within the camp. A number of gaps still exist within the camp, including the facilities that we're building are still not enough. There are gaps regarding shelter. There are gaps also in terms of providing nutritional supplements especially for the under 5 children who are in the camp. We are hopeful that with support from the donor community, we'll be able to meet these gaps as the numbers keep increasing.
Mikalire iliyashupa ntutatuli aba kumanya ngesho twena tukumanyisha kumyesu 1 mayanda 2 milire menshi n'abana bekere fyukana sambirira ivyo vintu navitushupa sana makamaka ngemilire ku bantu na ibashupa sana muntu umo aya pero kakapu kamwe kanonosha katubunga abantu basano bayeperwa kachipimo kamo katwita fuve ne kukongwa tisipa bantu basano bayeperwa masipa ya 3 bewati bali echunguro n'abana taturekwanisha kuri kwa shupa menshi yene yakuyalwira mipompi iliko ngani tatu kuri ngani inga bantu bonse chinkumba uri abantu bonse kuyafika kura kwa bafyera uburi bantu kura mukutapa kunani kumweru musango no kuchefya ko cya chimfulunganya
kasi ubona ngo ile nkondo ndo twabutuka mulya ukuba kwa tina muno mwine natuyisanga ninkondo imoyine tatudi nakyo tusekere munango kimo kansinga masanga munganda muntu ndala kiriye kyali isuka kyabafyewazi tumatata tontu bampera nabiga ko fyo kubusirya sikweta amaka yakutatsi ndeya fa ya matete yakuchingise nsimpeko sikwete kansi kiyande kyashara fefe yafini ndala fye pamilibili fye yafini kansi batwafuirishe kwe milile nafwe bana mama bali pabukulu natuchula.
The lady that I'm speaking with here has triplets. She actually has 10 children, and the last 3 are triplets, 2 boys and 1 girl. And she's just been sharing with me the challenges that she's facing in the camp. So on running away from Congo, the husband has separated with her. She has carried 5 of the children, the other 5 have remained back home. And where she's just been narrating how difficult life in the camp is. So there are issues of protection for her, there are issues of child care for her, in terms of meeting her food needs, especially that she's breastfeeding, and the challenge of having to breastfeed 3 babies with not enough meals for herself and the ones that she's carried, I think is a significant challenge that any mother would identify with the issues that she's raising. One of Kaimba's desire is that the government back home should be able to do something to end the war so that they can have a peaceful life. Other than that, she just acknowledges the support that has been provided by organizations like Oxfam and other agencies in terms of caring for their food and health needs. We also recognize that the story of Kaimba here is not the only story. It speaks to the people that are here. and the various challenges they are having, to face. I think the big question is, what is the international community doing about this in terms of compelling the leadership in Congo to do something that would bring peace and security for the people in Congo, some lasting solutions so that we can end the suffering that people are having here. We've witnessed firsthand the level of suffering. It's very high. We as agencies are trying as much as possible to alleviate this suffering. But I think beyond the interventions that we are doing in the camp, there's so much more that other actors, particularly the political leaders and the international community can do to ensure that we curb or stop the levels of violence that are forcing people out of their own country. And it is my appeal that whoever will come across this story of Kaimba would feel compelled to take action in their own way. I believe that if we put our hands together, we should be able to make a difference in the lives of people like this that are really suffering for not, having the peace in their own country, the peace that they deserve, and end the poverty and suffering that they're experiencing.
Oxfam and AH has provided a number of hand washing facilities to actually prevent the communicable diseases and make sure that people are trained in hand washing so that we can prevent the diseases. We are also doing women rights. We are going to do the training of women so that we can curb the GBV, gender-based violence, in this population. And so far, since we started this operation, we have had some cases of gender-based violence, which we are working with the health section to make sure that we do the protection of women and children.
One of the standards that we are wanting to ensure that everyone that is working in the camp is following is the accountability standards. And working in aid, or people working in aid, they're supposed to be as accountable as we possibly could. And so we as Oxfam have been leading on that one. And we are also aware that the camp that has been provided is very small in terms of land. As you can see, the population has increased. It's becoming a health hazard. It's also becoming a security hazard because there could be a fire, there could be a disease outbreak. We are going in the rainy season, and all those are concerns.
So the government of the Republic of Zambia has allocated a new piece of land to resettle the refugees on a more permanent basis. This piece of land, located in Matampala, 33 kilometers away from the current site, is a much bigger area and will host a much bigger number of refugees. However, this site is totally undeveloped and will require a lot of resources for infrastructure and essential services before the refugees can actually be settled in this area.
The rainy season is coming, and the area where we are in, Kashikishi, is one of those cholera hotspot areas. And if we had an epidemic in kind of an arrangement like this, it would be a huge disaster. And so the appeal is that all the necessary departments in government work very closely with us in terms of ensuring that the space where we can take these refugees is secured in good time and that we can put in appropriate facilities. Otherwise, I would like to take this opportunity to pass the commendation on behalf of Oxfam to the government for having responded quickly, to other agencies for the good coordination that we have in the camp, and also to show our commitment that we will keep on providing the services that are needed for them to have as much as we possibly could give them a comfortable life while they're in the camp.